This is part 2 of food you may want to consider adding into your diet, and today we'll be talking about the different varieties of the humble potato. Comparing white potatoes to sweet potatoes, a white potato has about 66 calories and 2 grams of fiber per 100 grams, and the sweet potato has about 3 grams of fiber and 86 calories. The sweet potato up top is winning out in most of the vitamins and most of the minerals, especially vitamin A. And that's because the pigment that gives sweet potatoes their yellow-orange color is beta-carotene, a vitamin A precursor with powerful effects to improve mental health, mental functioning, as well as physical health, reducing inflammation and the risk of a myriad of different types of cancer. Sticking to this topic, purple sweet potatoes get their color from a pigment called anthocyanin, which also has a myriad of beneficial properties, including decreasing inflammation, risk of cardiovascular disease, and protecting our cognitive function, as well as reducing the risk of diabetes and cancer. These pigments and other powerful pigments inside of potatoes, especially sweet potatoes, these components and components found in all forms of potatoes, are some of the reasons why sweet potatoes have antimicrobial, anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, liver and brain protective, anti-obesity, and gut health promoting properties. And purple sweet potatoes have the capacity to reduce blood pressure, reduce the risk of diabetes, and do just about all things to an even better extent than sweet potatoes and white potatoes. With that being said, a white potato is actually the only food on the satiety index where it actually gets the highest score of all foods. In fact, a boiled white potato is more satiating than things such as red meat, white fish, porridge, and eggs. And this simply wasn't studied in sweet potatoes or purple potatoes, so we technically can only give this contribution to the boiled white potato. However, sweet potatoes and purple potatoes, in my experience and my client's experience, are also extremely satiating. Another thing that potato has going for it is, although it is very low in protein content, the quality of protein inside of potatoes and the digestibility of proteins inside of potatoes is on par with the digestibility and quality of the protein found in things like eggs, whey protein, and meat. And it appears to have the highest quality of essentially all plant products. But just keep in mind, the absolute quantity is still very low. Potatoes are also an abundant source of resistant starch, especially when the potatoes are cooked and then cooled. And the resistant starch found in potatoes has a myriad of beneficial effects, including improving the health of the gut microbiome. And the way it modulates the microbiome also has systemic effects, including improving insulin sensitivity, brain function, and reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease. And finally, the last thing that potatoes appear to be studied for is their impact on overall diet quality. It appears that a higher intake of potatoes is associated with a higher diet quality and improved nutrient intake among the adolescents, meaning when they're replacing things such as processed and refined carbohydrate products with potatoes, this has a beneficial effect on improving their diet quality and micronutrient intake. Therefore, in totality, potatoes are satiating. Different types of potatoes have a multitude of different benefits. Potatoes do have an abundance of fiber and resistant starch, as well as other micronutrients such as potassium and vitamin C. And potatoes can absolutely be a part of a well-rounded diet. And when I'm speaking to clients and making suggestions, they are my preferred source of carbohydrates, especially eating a variety of potatoes such as purple potatoes and sweet potatoes.